Hi, this is Dr. Russ. The academic writing course requires that you have access to several different technologies and to be able to use those technologies proficiently. Why is this? Let's take a look at that. Let's begin by talking about something that may be troubling you. You might be wondering why, when in the past it was always okay to turn in soft copy papers to your instructor, now all of a sudden we're using all this technology. We have to do soft copy papers using something like Microsoft Word, and we have to submit it electronically to our instructor through Moodle. Well, that's a good question. Remember that in this course, you're learning how to do academic writing. And academic writing is the kind of writing that you do in research. And you're going to be doing research for your thesis. Well, using technology is an important part of research. Let's see how. Let's take a look at what technology is. A dictionary definition of technology is the application of scientific knowledge to the practical aims of human life. Let's break that down by looking at the illustration below. For example, we may have a practical aim, this is on the left, of knowing what time it is. We have some scientific knowledge about what gears are and how they work. We can apply that scientific knowledge to achieve our practical aim and create a clock that uses gears to tell time. So this process is technology, and the clock itself is technology. So how do we use technology in research? Let's look at another example. Gregor Mendel was a botanist who lived in the 19th century. He had the practical aim of wanting to know how characteristics are passed from one generation to the next. He used two kinds of scientific knowledge that was already around. First, people knew that crossbreeding could produce different offspring. And someone had invented a kind of a matrix called the Punnett square that was used to organize information. Putting those two things together and doing some experiments, Mendel created the theory of genetics. But the story doesn't end there. Mendel's technology continues to be used today. For example, on the left, we see that we have a practical aim to stop malnutrition. Our scientific knowledge consists of using Mendel's genetics to produce nutritious food. And the application is that we have healthy kids when they eat that nutritious food. And by the way, that's the same little boy before and after in these pictures. And technology applies to you, both in this class and future classes, and also in your thesis. As a member of this school, you have the practical aim to make Liberia better. And you can use technology to access all kinds of scientific knowledge, including scientific journals, statistical software, and online learning. You'll use those technologies and the information they can get to write your thesis, but the top. And ultimately, the application is that you will become a graduate who is equipped to solve problems in Liberia. How can technology help you? There's lots of ways that it can help you in your writing and in your research. When you use a learning management system like Moodle to take classes online, you can live anywhere, you can take classes anywhere, and you can have teachers anywhere. When you use a communication technology like Gmail or YouTube, you can communicate with anybody, anywhere, anytime. When you use editing software like Microsoft Office or LibreOffice, you can write quickly, use the software to check spelling and grammar, format your papers professionally, and share soft copy documents easily. When you use statistical software like SPSS, Minitab, or Jump, you can do statistics quickly and accurately. You don't have to do all those calculations yourself. With academic search engines like Google Scholar, Eric, and others, you can find the latest and most credible information. And you can search for exactly what you need to do your research. When you look at soft copy documents using the Adobe PDF Reader, you can avoid printing costs because you can read the documents on your computer or even your phone. The Acrobat Reader makes it easy to zoom and read documents easily. You can even use a highlighter on your documents like you do on hard copy. You can search within a document quickly and you can move around in the document quickly. Even though we've talked about all these advantages, you may still have some concerns. Common problems that students face are that they don't have a computer, a phone, data that they buy with a scratch card, editing software like Microsoft Word, a stick, also known as a thumb drive, email, or they don't know how to use Microsoft Word, to use email, to go on the internet, or to use Moodle. What can we do about that? I think we can find our inspiration and direction from Dr. Kiamu. In recent chapels, he has talked about the theme of being productive, or BP. Dr. Kimu said that we are building a culture where people will build a different Liberia. And you can only be productive if you make things happen. You can't just let things happen to you. You have to start taking responsibility for your own life. So, how can you take responsibility for your own life when it comes to problems with technology? Let's see how. There are many things you can do for yourself. There are three ways, at least, that you can get course materials. You can go to the LICC Moodle site. You can get your instructor to copy files onto a stick, or you can get your instructor to email them to you. For writing soft copy papers, Microsoft Word is very powerful. And if you can get that, that's the best way to edit papers. But if you can't, WordPad comes with Windows, and it's pretty good. Finally, if you don't have time to learn a fancy editor, you can use Notepad. Notepad won't be good enough to do your thesis, but it may be good enough to do papers before then. There are also three ways to see course videos. Some are more convenient, and others use data from your scratch card. You can watch the videos in class. The instructor pays for the data. You can watch them on YouTube, which lets you watch them when you want. Or if you get your instructor to put them on a thumb drive, then you can watch them without using data. You have a little less flexibility when it comes to submitting assignments. You can either use online text in Moodle, where you just type your assignment into Moodle, or you can upload a soft copy file to Moodle. Unfortunately, those are the only ways that you can submit assignments in this class. We don't accept hard copy, handwritten assignments. If you don't know Microsoft Word, you can learn it or teach yourself. You can take an LICC certificate course in Microsoft Word when it's available. You can also take free courses online at Coursera or Udemy. You can also look for YouTube videos on how to use Microsoft Word. And finally, you can use Google and do a search using Microsoft Word free tutorial to find both videos and soft copy documents that explain how to use it. You also have choices on how to learn Moodle. You're already enrolled in the free Moodle orientation course at LICC, so go in there and practice using the various features. You can't hurt anything. You can't do it wrong. You can also watch the LICC Moodle videos that explain how to do the most common things. Or you can look for some of the soft copy Moodle quick guides at the LICC. And finally, you can go to Moodle's own YouTube channel and watch their videos. And what about if you don't have technology? Two places that you can find technology to use is you can use one of the computers in the computer lab during the second half of the class, because we're doing a workshop. You only listen to lecture in the first half and you work on your assignments in the second half. Or when Dr. Russ is teaching the course, you can use one of his laptops during office hours. And if you need to use it at a different time, you can make an appointment to meet with him. You can also share technology with your friends and classmates. Consider starting a study club and sharing one of your classmates' computers or smartphone. You might want to consider appreciating them by buying them a scratch card to say thank you for sharing their technology with you. Or all of you could put a small amount of money together to go out and buy a computer scratch card or whatever to share amongst yourselves. So, what does this all mean for you? It means that you're going to have to decide how you're going to deal with the technology requirements of this course. Let's look back at what Dr. Kiamu was talking about. You can choose to make things happen and develop the skills you need to make Liberia a better place, or you can just let things happen to you, and you will likely not do so well in this course. Things you can say to yourself that will help you make things happen are, I won't let that stop me. I can find a way to do that. How can I do it differently? What do I have now to use? I can do that with what I have. Who can I work with to solve this? Or you can just give up and let things happen to you by thinking things like, somebody did that to me. I can't do that. I want to do it the way I've always done it. I don't have anything. Somebody needs to give me something. A bad thing happened to me. So again, what will you choose? Will you make things happen, or will you let things just happen to you?